By the end of the apartheid era, the metaphor that was used was like riding on the back of a tiger and having to get off. You know you have to get off this tiger. But the question is, how do you get off without getting eaten? That was the question that at least the Afrikaner people were grappling with. How do we end this in a way that is peaceful and in a way that would not
And
be
sustainable.
Yes, the transition, I would say, was at least peaceful, fairly. I think
Yeah,
that
not bad.
the violence in townships, I think, is underestimated. There was some very, very vicious rival warfare, you could say, between competing political groups who were competing for support of black people, as if that's one whole. And the ANC, who's currently governing, was not the biggest initially, but they became the biggest because they were supported by the Soviet Union and the Chinese, and they got weapons and so forth.
Well, in terms of getting off a tiger, things went not too bad. Like it could have been,
Yes.
it could, as apartheid fell apart, it could have been like the fall
You're
of
right.
the Soviet Union. It could have been a lot worse. It's quite the miracle that it wasn't just absolute bloody mayhem immediately. And, you know, there were a lot of remarkable people who took leadership at that point to make sure that it did go, well,
Nelson
quite
Mandela did-
miraculously
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
all things considered.
Nelson Mandela probably being the prime example of someone who continually called for peaceful solutions. And he was criticized for that within his own party.